Terraco is the company's first SUV with 7 seats. With a large boot and generous level of equipment, it can comfortably meet the demands of a growing family. Although the third row of seats, which are standard across the range, are best reserved for occasional use. The Terraco is closely related to the Skoda Kodiak, but the Seat edges the Skoda in terms of styling and driver appeal. Inside the Terraco, it may have a similar design layout to Seat's other SUVs, but it's definitely a step up. They haven't tried to go all futuristic in the same way as Peugeot's 5008, but there's plenty of soft touch materials which is on par with the Skoda Kodiak or the Volkswagen Tiguan Allspace. The dash is logically laid out and the buttons feel quality. The 8-inch touchscreen comes as standard on all models apart from the entry-level SE, and you get Android Auto, Apple CarPlay and DAB radio. There's quite a lot of menus and sub-menus, so it does take some learning, but generally it's very quick and slick and very responsive. It's not as easy to hit buttons on the move compared to a rotary dial though. The view out of the car is excellent, and there's plenty of adjustment in the seats and steering wheel, so you should be able to find a comfortable driving position. Plus, you also get adjustable lumbar support as standard, which is brilliant. The view out the back is okay. You do have some bulky rear pillars to deal with, they compromise your over-the-shoulder squint, but at least all Terracos get rear parking sensors to help with manoeuvring. The tallest of occupants will have plenty of room up front. There's loads of headroom, and the seats slide really far back. Storage is pretty good too, because there's some very large door bins, and some have more than enough room for a large bottle of water. With plenty of storage and lots of cup holders, it's definitely been designed for great big road trips. All versions of the Terraco come with a sliding and reclining second row, which means if you're 6 foot tall you'll have plenty of legroom and headroom, even if you go for the panoramic sunroof. Seat's Terraco has a higher starting price than both the Peugeot 5008 and Skoda Kodiak, however it is competitive when you match it spec for spec. You get 17-inch alloy wheels, 3-zone climate control, automatic wipers and folding door mirrors. It's worth upgrading to SC technology trim because you get upmarket features such as the 18-inch alloys and tinted rear windows. Seats do have a good reputation for reliability, and you get a 3-year warranty, which is pretty standard in its class. The Terraco sits at the top of the SUV family. It's above the compact Ateca and the smaller Arona, and it's closely related to the Kodiak. It sits on the same platform as the Kodiak, but while that's focused on flexibility and practicality, the Terraco has a sportier feel as it sits 20mm lower than its Skoda counterpart. It offers a fair amount of driver appeal. It feels good in the corners and it rides well over all surfaces, with only a limited level of body roll when cornering. The Terraco looks its best in the Excellence trims, with 20-inch alloy wheels, chrome accents, eye-catching grille and body-coloured bumpers combining to create a look that can hold its own against more premium SUVs in the segment. The F4 offers a more dynamic look with the 19-inch alloys and exterior black trim, while the F4 Sport continues the stylish appearance with 20-inch wheels and a rear-view camera. Safety experts Euro NCAP awarded it a very impressive full 5-star safety rating, with particularly high scores for adult occupant protection. The Kodiak, 5008 and the Tiguan also achieved 5-star ratings, but the Terraco outscored them all on its individual category for adult, child and pedestrian safety. It comes with lots of kit to help avoid an accident in the first place, with automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assist and a driver drowsiness monitor, all standard across the range. The Terraco lineup kicks off with a 1.5 TSI, then there's a duo of diesels with the 150 and 200 horsepower and the 2-litre TDI 150 and 200 horsepower respectively. The 2-litre TDI 150 offers the best balance of performance and economy. Don't expect palatial accommodation in the third row. Teenagers or adults pretty much have to fold themselves in, and there's no Isofix child seat mountings back there if you need to carry 7 or more on the odd occasion. The 2 rearmost seats are light and easy to fold, and they lie flat so that they don't obstruct when loading heavy items. In the real world, this car with 5 seats up can swallow multiple carry-on suitcases, and there's plenty of hooks and D-rings so that you can secure loose items. There's more storage underneath the boot floor, unless you spec the spare wheel. In that case, that's where you'll find it. Our favourite points from the Terraco are the Nilo embossing seats. They're the absolute business. They're extremely comfortable and supportive. There's also a light touch throttle which makes pushing off in a diesel much more pleasant. And on top of that, Eco is the drive mode most suited to the 2-litre 150 horsepower engine. There's also a quick access to the lane assist button on the steering wheel. The points we'd like to see improved would be the rear seats in the 7-seater are really only for small people, and there's no ISOFIX back there. The multi-menu system takes a little bit of time to get used to, and there are 4 drive modes available, but it's really best suited to Eco, which seems a little bit of a waste creating 4 separate modes when you can just slip auto into sport.